Welcome to John Allen Outside. I am John, and if you are a regular viewer of the channel, you know that I always hike in trail runners, and I have been partial to the Saucony Peregrine for many years. However, in the past year or so, I decided to try out some different shoes, and I landed on what is now my new favorite hiking shoe of all time, and that is the Ultra. No, definitely not. You've cost me nothing but pain. Get out. And I now landed on what is my favorite hiking shoe of all time, and that is the Topo Athletic Terraventure 3. I've hiked over 600 miles in this shoe, over all kinds of terrain, and now it's time for me to do a review. So let's start out with the specs. The weight of this shoe is 12.2 ounces on my scale, and that's a men's size 11 with the stock insole. It's got a 3mm drop, stack height of 25 millimeters. The cushioning is considered balanced, so kind of a medium cushioning. The support is neutral, in other words, not a stability shoe. It has a rock plate, a Vibram sole, and the cost is about $130 on Amazon. You can buy them at certain stores, but there is nowhere around where I live that carries these things, so I gotta buy them online. Let's start out with the things I like about the Topo Terraventure 3. First off is the incredible durability. This particular pair of shoes has 450 miles of Arizona trail on them, plus another 150 plus miles of trail walking in my home state of Wisconsin. So over 600 total miles on them. The Arizona trail chews up shoes and spits them out like you would not believe. However, take a look at how well the fabric on these things held up. I heard of people needing to replace other brands of shoe after only 200 miles, but these things really held up. Now let's compare the sole on these used shoes to a brand new Terraventure. Yep, you can clearly see that the sole has worn down a lot, but they did hold up better than I expected given the ruggedness of that trail. Now there was one durability issue, and I'm going to talk about that in just a minute in the cons section. One word of caution is that even though this particular pair of shoes still looks pretty good, they most certainly need to be replaced because that cushioning that protects your feet, it's nearly gone after that many miles. I ordered a new pair and tried them on next to the old pair, and I instantly realized just how much the cushioning had degraded and how much better the new ones felt on my feet. The next thing I really like is the wide toe box. So this is one of the things that makes Ultra Lone Peaks so popular with long distance backpackers, and the Terraventure has a similar design in that toe box area. My toes have plenty of room to spread out, and my feet don't feel cramped in any way. Another thing I like is how quickly they dry. They dry in what I consider to be a reasonable amount of time. My feet were completely submerged several times where I had to walk across streams, and they dried out just fine. Another thing I like is the excellent feel for the trail. And one reason I don't wear a highly cushioned shoe like the Hoka 1-1 Speed Goat is that I like to have my feet close to the trail so I can feel what's going on and react quickly if I step awkwardly. I felt like the Topo kept me connected to the trail and allowed for quick balance adjustments when I stepped on loose rocks or if my feet slid unexpectedly. I see this as being critically important as it can mean the difference between a close call and a serious injury. Another thing I like is just a great fit, and I know this is subjective, but they feel great on my feet. Not too tight, not too loose, exactly what I want in terms of a shoe conforming to my foot. Another thing is they gave me 0 blisters. Again, subjective, but I did not get a single blister in 450 miles of the Arizona trail. There were a lot of people complaining about blisters on that trail, but I didn't get any. I have to give the shoes some of the credit, but also keep in mind that I do take extra precautions to prevent blisters, like I clean the dirt and grit off my toes every night, and I also put Body Glide on my toes and heels every morning before I start hiking. All right, so those are the things I like. Let's jump into what I don't like about these shoes. First off, the toe flap was just flopping around by about 300 miles in. It came completely unglued from the front of the shoe. In addition, on my new pair that I just picked up, I can see that it's already coming loose and they've got less than 100 miles on them. In my opinion, this should not happen. I remember some of the earlier models of the Saucony Peregrine that I used to wear. They had this issue, but Saucony modified the design and it seemed to be resolved. Hopefully Topo can figure this out as well because it is kind of annoying. The other thing I don't like, there's no Velcro spot for attaching your gaiters. Ultra low and peak wearers are familiar with the little Velcro strip on the back for connecting your gaiters. The Topo doesn't have this, although there is a spot on the back where Topo's own branded gaiter will connect, and that just seems dumb to me because chances are you already own gaiters and you don't want to buy a pair specifically designed for the Topos. Plus, the Topo gaiter isn't going to work with any other shoe. So I tried super gluing Velcro to the back of the Topo and it only lasted about a week before falling off. I'm going to try a different adhesive on this newer pair, but I found the lack of a Velcro strip to be disappointing. So that's really it for the cons. There's just those two things I don't like about the Topo. And overall, my summary is, after over 600 miles hiked in these shoes, I can say with complete confidence that the Topo Terraventure 3 is my new favorite hiking shoe, and I'm going to be wearing these for the foreseeable future. It's got the durability I need, along with a great fit and feel that keeps my feet happy, healthy, and blister-free. Yeah, there are a few things I'd like to see improve, like got to get that toe flap thing fixed, and I'd like to see a Velcro spot for attaching gaiters. And with any luck, someone at Topo will watch this video and get that done. As always, if you found any value in this video, please hit that like button and consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks, and we'll see you out on the trail.